Following yesterday's post of me basically making fun of people complaining that there's no great people to date in their city, and then reading the comments of a bunch of people inevitably blaming their city for how difficult the dating situation is, I thought I'd just come on here and do a live to just poke fun of that. I was pointing out that it's really ourselves and our perspective on dating that either makes it extremely difficult or maybe even good. But I thought it was hilarious in the comments because you'll see in the title of this video, it says fighting for your limitations. Well, I believe everybody, all of us, are either doing one of two things. We're fighting for our limitations or we're standing for what's possible. Most people are fighting for limitations. The reaction to this video is a perfect example. I say people are blaming their city for the dating, and then all in the comments, not all of them, but most of them, are saying, yeah, dating in New York, 8 million shitty people. Yeah, dating in Seattle, terrible. Yeah, dating in my small town. Yeah, dating in Egypt. Yeah, dating in London. Yeah, you guys not seeing the picture yet? You're really not getting it? Don't you think it's interesting that people in New York, a giant city, are complaining about the dating pool, and there's people in some tiny town in middle America complaining about the dating pool? Maybe there's more to it. Maybe our attitude towards dating and relationships might be more important to work on than just changing location. Imagine you change location, but your attitude about dating and relationships is the same. You're going to drag all that baggage with you. And so I just thought it was so funny how many people in the comments did not get the video and are still fighting to prove. Like, really ask. I think it's one of the best questions we ask ourselves. Are you fighting to prove yourself right? Are you fighting to prove for, maybe you might even call it victimhood. My situation. No, it's really hard for me. No, trust me, it's really hard for me. No, you wouldn't believe what it's like in my city. It's like the worst. It's like, maybe it might be valuable to stop fighting to prove that and open to a new perspective that it could be something else. See, I really believe that if you're fighting to prove a point, you're not open to another possibility. And so even if it was your queen or king walks right in front of you, you wouldn't even notice them because the perspective is so tainted by there's no good people in the city. I mean, there's a bunch of other comments in that video, which I thought was hilarious because other ones were like, someone said, oh, don't agree with this. Everyone is sexist and obsessed with the patriarchy. Everyone? Like, you can just see in the language. This is kind of why one of my, just hilarious things about coaching people is how much we aren't responsible for our language. We just throw stuff around like everyone, all men, New York, LA, London, Australia. You guys, I've coached people all over the world. Like, you name it, every continent, most countries you've probably heard of or maybe even traveled to. And every person that I've coached has fought for some limitation. I would say half of those people strongly believed at the beginning of our program that their city was just tainted and ruined and doomed for failure. I'm talking Wellington, New Zealand, Sydney, Australia, like all these cities. You guys noticing a pattern here? So this is the real work, we talk about the work. Until we're willing to give up fighting for our limitation, fighting for our limiting belief about something, a new possibility will not be available. That's why I say in my coaching, like, you already know this stuff, but knowing it doesn't make a difference. Can you actually give up fighting for it? Can you give up fighting for the position that you're in? That takes a lot of courage because the position that we're in is familiar. The position that we're in, we can go talk to other people in a similar position and we can get together for dinner and complain together and go, you know what? Yeah, it sucks here. And now I feel connected to you. We can agree on something shitty. Yeah, you can, but nothing's going to change. I don't think anything changes until we get fed up with a pattern. Being fed up is one of the best things that can happen. Fighting for your limitations, obsessing about your complaint, is the perfect way to stay in a circle. So I couldn't help. I just felt called to. I'm going to bed right now on my side of the world. But I just couldn't help but come on live here and just kind of see if I could point that out and hit that home. And at the very least, encourage whoever's watching to notice what limiting beliefs you have. And we all have. I got limiting beliefs. We all have limiting beliefs in a variety of areas in our life. I think it's a really valuable thing to engage in for the rest of our lives is, what are those limiting beliefs that I keep fighting for? Why do I keep trying to prove that this part of my life has to be hard? Or this situation for me has to be hard? Maybe the access to it being easier is just stop trying to prove that it's hard. Might be a long shot. You might think I'm crazy. That's okay. I invite you to take it on. See what happens. Sending you love from the rest of wherever you are and whatever you're dealing with. I hope you keep enjoying my content. See ya.